Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a little bit of a quick mini review on this. This is the Benchmade 42 clone made by Eurobalisong, the one, Ken Fong, whatever you want to call him. They made this, and for the money, I don't think it's a bad flipper, but I'll tell you why I don't think it's a bad flipper. So anyways, I got this, when did I get this? I think it might have been still during summer. It might have still been during summer before I went back to school. May have been before that time. I can't really remember too well, but I think I got this around that time. I got this at a flea market. This guy who has a website and sells stuff online. He sells knives like this. He mostly just sells clones stuff, so I was still pretty new to the game around that time. So don't worry, this is gonna be my first and last clone. Don't you forget about it. So anyways, I've been asked a ton about this, and it's a little annoying sometimes, but I love being asked about this stuff. But anyways, wow, I can't really flip this in front of a camera. So anyways, the blade style is a Tonto or a Halo styled Tonto. That's what they call this little thing right here. I'm not really sure what to call it other than what they refer to it as. So it's using 440C steel for the Tonto style blade. We'll get into depth about the blade. If you can notice that there is like a little bit of a fracture in the steel, that may have just been me. I haven't really noticed it until like a couple weeks ago. It doesn't really bother me that much because this spine of the blade already is not crowned or rounded whatsoever, so it was already uncomfortable to begin with, so I couldn't really notice it. The handles are made out of stainless steel. They're channel construction, so it does make it a little heavy on the rear. This did have a spring latch, which was super annoying. Not that spring latches are annoying. I think spring latches are the superior latch in some cases, not all cases, but it definitely was heavier on the bite handle, so I decided to get rid of it. And by the way, don't mind these scratchings on both sides of the handles. It's just from dropping it so much. So other than that, these are running on just standard pivots and washers. Nothing too special about it. It has what they call a Benchmade inspired handle design, which is completely false. It is not inspired, it is copied. The thing with clones is that they copy off of original makers and use it for their own design and sell it for cheaper, usually with lower quality materials. I believe the original Benchmade 42 was marketed with titanium channel handles, while this one is using stainless steel, so definitely a lot more weight going to here. But the fact that they did use a spring latch that was also steel, with a spring that was also steel, kind of ruins the fact of it being a neutral flipper. This thing is not a neutral flipper at all, but it's not a really bad bias. I actually kind of prefer this a little bit because I've just gotten used to it. But let's go a little bit more in depth. So as you can see, the plunge lines aren't really that bad. You can really tell some mistakes, and in fact, you can really see some. So if you look back here by 440C, you can see that it's sort of straight. It's not really the straightest thing on the planet, but you can tell that it's straight. But if you look over here, it's sort of like canted or diagonal sideways like that. And you can see that this, the clash right here, I don't know what it's called, that clashes with the inside of the handles, is sort of not straight, really. That's what it looks like on that side. It's not perfectly straight, which it sort of is annoying. It's very annoying. Now, another thing you can notice is that it's not exactly a perfect straight Tonto because of it. This side, I guess it would have been a straight Tonto, but this side you can really tell. It's sort of now like an upsweep Tonto. And it's been bugging me. I'm not going to lie. It has been bugging me. But nothing really too different. Now, another thing about the construction is that The handles are not exactly rounded on the edges. They are rounded in some point, I guess, but just maybe just because I've been flipping it for so long, I've been comfortable with it. It is not rounded. It is just, you can feel burrs in here, and I actually, if you took in like some of these holes down here, you could take your finger and feel the burrs on the inside of those holes. So what I did was I took like a file, and I don't think I have the file. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So what I did, can I get it? So what I did is I took this circular file right here, if it could focus, hold on. If I took this, I just took this circular file and just sort of shoved it in the holes and just turned it around, turned it a few times, and it got rid of it. And now it's a little bit more comfortable to flip. But the fact that I had to do that is sort of shows that even someone like me who has no professional experience with making or forging steel, that should show that even a company that is really depraved upon in the balisong community can still be depraved upon in their craftsmanship. One thing I do despise about this is their choice of hardware. I don't really remember what type of steel it is, but it's pretty weak. And if you don't apply a ton of pressure, holy crap, if you don't apply a ton of pressure, you're going to strip your screws instantaneously. These latch screws, I can't see if you tell, but they are very much stripped. The one underneath this tape is completely stripped, and it's gone basically. But yeah, my personal opinion on this is if you're looking for a really good knife, holy crap, focus. If you're looking for a good knife to start your modding stuff on, definitely go for it. This knife is amazing for the price if you're looking to start modding. Definitely good if you're looking for parts. But I did not get this for retail price. It retails for $65. I got off the guy at the flea market for $45. I'm not really sure why. He just said he would give it to me for $45. But definitely was a lot more worth $45 than it was $65. And for a fact, I believe that Eurobalisong does not sell this regular version. They only sell like a custom version, which uses I believe either Damascus or Damascus. It might be both. Maybe Damascus handles and Damascus blade. But they don't actually sell this on a regular version. The guy I got off of sells it, but he is regional. For those of you who are in the modding community, I can actually give you some suggestions because for a while now I've been wanting to give this thing a few works. A few works, what does that mean? One thing that it definitely needs is possibly a reblade. I just don't really like the way this blade looks. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look really great. So a reblade would be nice, just to give it a little bit more customization look, and probably get rid of this logo right here, which is the one logo. Get rid of that. One thing that it needs on the handles is more cutouts. This thing is pretty handle heavy. Not very handle heavy. Some people would actually enjoy flipping this, like I do. I enjoy flipping this just because it's fun. One thing it definitely most certainly needs is bushings. This thing 100% needs bushings because the tolerances on it, no matter how good you are at tuning it, you won't be able to tune this zero tap at all. I've never once gotten this at zero tap, maybe just because I'm not the best tuner, but I've never gotten it to zero tap or zero play. In fact, there's already a ton of tap, and I recently tuned this. Here is the play. So a fair amount. So anyways, yeah, holy crap, focus. That's the review. Peace out.